With the eyes of the world on the White House, tonight in North Carolina, Donald Trump plowing ahead with his campaign, taking the stage for the first time since Sunday's political earthquake. President Biden out of the race. Vice President Kamala Harris now Trump's new opponent.
Kamala Harris is unfit to lead. She's unfit to lead. She'll destroy our country in a year.
Trump, who spent years attacking Biden, now quickly trying to recalibrate to focus on Harris, zeroing in on her role in the administration. Harris tasked with addressing the root causes of migration at the southern border.
With all of the things they've done wrong, everything, the borders are. When you look at how bad they are, you say, you know, I like Trump, but now I really like Trump because we don't want to go back.
But several Republican members of Congress now taking aim at Harris's identity as the first woman of color to serve as vice president, labeling her a DEI hire, shorthand for diversity, equity, and inclusion.
I think she was a DEI hire.
100%. She was a DEI hire.
Sources tell ABC News House Speaker Mike Johnson has privately warned Republicans to stop.
This is not personal with regard to Kamala Harris, and her ethnicity or her gender have nothing to do with this whatsoever.
Today in the New York Times, Hillary Clinton writing of Harris, I know she can defeat Donald Trump. But Clinton adding, I know a thing or two about how hard it can be for strong women candidates to fight through the sexism and double standards of American politics. Noting Harris will face unique additional challenges as the first black and South Asian woman to be at the top of a major party's ticket. And on social media, Clinton showing this 2021 clip of Trump's running mate, Senator J.D. Vance, disparaging Harris for not having children.
We're effectively run in this country via the Democrats, via our corporate oligarchs, by a bunch of childless cat ladies who are miserable at their own lives and the choices that they've made, and so they want to make the rest of the country miserable too. And it's just a basic fact. You look at Kamala Harris, Pete Buttigieg, AOC, the entire future of the Democrats is controlled by people without children.
Hillary Clinton's reaction, what a normal, relatable guy who certainly doesn't hate women having freedoms. But here in North Carolina, Trump supporters we spoke to say they're worried about the new excitement Harris could bring to the race.
So you think it could be more of a challenge for Trump that Harris is on the ticket?
I do. Yeah, I do. I think Harris will. Like I say, I think she'll bring new life into the party for the Democrats. And looking at, the last couple of weeks or couple of months especially, how everything's gone haywire, they're going to try to find unity in it. And I think that she'll, give them that lift.